and it really hit me emotionally to see how women are made to feel less than when they are anything but. My name is Sophie Hannah and this is the CINE vlog, which is a vlog all about film reviews and everything to do with films. I'm not actually talking about a film today. You know, we're in lockdown. Films are very thin on the ground. So today I'm talking about a documentary on Netflix which just came out called Skin. It was made in 2019 but has just recently gone onto the streaming platform. So the documentary follows actress Beverly Naya as she goes to Nigeria to talk about dark skin and colorism. Now, for those of you who don't know what colorism is, it's basically prejudice or discrimination shown to people who have a darker skin tone, and it usually happens within the person's own race or ethnic group. I was really drawn to this documentary when I first saw it advertised on Netflix because it's talking specifically about darker skin or black skin, so I was really excited to see what it was going to say. So that really takes me onto the pros of the documentary, or what I think worked well in it. So the first thing was how it traced some of the roots of colorism or the preference for lighter skin in the country of Nigeria. It looked at it from an image or photographic perspective that I had never considered before and that I didn't know. Also, I think it gave a good and really in-depth perspective on the bleaching and skin lightening, I don't want to say phenomenon, but I guess the heavily used and heavily perpetuated skin lightening industry within Nigeria. And the documentary had an astounding facts in it released by the World Health Organization saying that 77% of women in Nigeria use skin lightening products, which for me was really mind-blowing, to be honest, and it really made me quite sad and emotional. I think it worked well in looking at bleaching in terms of those who do it, the benefits that they feel are associated to it, and the benefits that are actually associated to it. Like, people aren't dreaming up that they're having a better time, a more successful time in terms of lightening their skin, but it also looks at those who might have done it but also regret it, and the work and the stress and the pressure that comes from lightening your skin and going down that path. Another pro, which I don't think was consciously put into the documentary, was seeing the pressure that women have on them to conform to beauty standards, and that was really painful for me to watch. To see these women who felt that they had to be lighter in order to be attractive or to stay in a relationship, to see young girls, schoolgirls, children talking about wanting to have lighter skin because they felt it would make them more pretty, and them not even be able to trace where this came from. The girls asked, like, why do you think that? And she's just like, I don't know, I just do. And it's obviously that's not the case. It's something that she's seen, it's something that she's been fed in society or heard around her, and it made me extremely angry at the patriarchy and colonialism and everything that has fed into people feeling like they are not good enough the way that they have been born. I think this documentary really does bring up questions and asks people to question themselves and probably some of the assertions and widely held beliefs in their racial group or in their ethnic group around colorism, where that comes from and what it does to somebody's identity and worth. And I'm sure every woman has been made to feel that in some way, and chances are they felt that some way in regards to their looks, whether it's skin tone or skin quality or height or weight or age or aging. Absolutely anything that women can be made to feel bad about or insecure about, we are constantly fed in society on social media, and it really hit me emotionally to see how women are made to feel less than when they are anything but. Now, in terms of the cons, even though this touched on some very good, important and relevant issues, I don't feel like the documentary was very well investigated throughout. It really started off by talking about skin, and there's this really great scene where Beverly Naya goes to see a skin dermatologist or a skin specialist, and he talks about skin in its most basic form and probably its most important form. How skin is an organ, the biggest organ that we have, how it protects us from bacteria, from the elements, how it also determines our race. Like, just on a very basic anatomy level, it's so central and so important, but we have made it into something that it wasn't meant to be, to grade people's worth according to the shade of this skin. But then it really went to talk onto bleaching, and it really stayed there and focused on that. And I think for a documentary called Skin, it should have really looked around all the elements of skin and maybe not just focusing on colorism. Now, if the documentary wanted to specifically talk about colorism or bleaching, I think that that should be made clear in the title, and it just didn't really develop from there, which I thought was a real con. Also, another con for me is that it didn't really talk about colonialism or slavery, and I'm not saying that needs to be talked about every time time. But if you're going to talk about colorism, I don't think you can really discount or not talk about colonialism when we talk about why lighter skin is generally preferred and where that aura was really fed into all parts of the world, not just Nigeria, not just the continent of Africa. You see it in Asia, you see it pretty much everywhere where people aren't white, that the lighter they are, the more importance that they're given. So I think that it missed a trick by not really discussing that aspect of it as well. And I guess the last con for me is that I really would have wanted this to focus on the beauty of dark skin. It does it, but mostly it does it right at the very end of the documentary. It mostly talks about the pain that a lot of women have felt in terms of being darker skinned, and I really wish they would have surrounded the documentary in a lot more joy, because it comes in so briefly at the end. I don't think it really balances that there are a lot of women who love their dark skin, who have always loved their dark skin. I mean, I know friends who are just absolutely beautiful women who are dark skinned and they just revel in it, they love it, they adore it. And I think talking about the trauma that can come from it, I think it really makes it feel like all dark skinned women feel this way, and that hasn't been my experience in knowing darker skinned women, but that's just my opinion, and those are things that I thought were cons. Now, in terms of ratings, I rate my programs, films, TV series, and now documentaries according to burgers, because I absolutely love them. And out of a total of 5 burgers, I would give the documentary Skin 2.5 burgers. And that makes me kind of sad, because I really wanted it to be a lot better than it was. I think the topic that it focused on is so important. Colorism, skin, blackness. I think it's very important, and I think that there was just more it could have contributed to this dialogue and to this conversation. If you have watched it or you're going to watch it as a result of this, please do let me know down below in the comments what you thought about it. And as you know, I like to end my vlogs on a question, and today's question would be, what has been your favorite documentary? Leave your comments down below in the comments section. While you're down there, don't forget to like this video, to subscribe to my channel, and share it with whoever you think would be interested. You can also follow me on social media. The information is also down below, so go follow me, like me, tweet me on whatever platform that you can. But until next time, I'll be seeing you soon.